Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar. It's going to be an exciting one, guys. Colorado, Edmonton. So 3 of the 4 second round matchups are now over, with Carolina and New York playing very soon. We'll see how far that goes, if that goes 7, or if the Canes can finally win a game on the road. But we'll see what happens there. For now, let's talk about Colorado and Edmonton. Obviously, I just finished watching Colorado and St. Louis game number 6. That was a very exciting game with Darren Helm scoring with 5.6 seconds left in the third. Looked like St. Louis was going to take that one, but Colorado, in all 4 of their wins, St. Louis scored the first goal and Colorado came back. Maybe they're the new Florida Panthers that just come back every game and they win. They look like juggernauts. And for Edmonton, McDavid and Draisaitl are showing up. Evander Kane as well, and Zach Hyman doing very well as well. They took care of Calgary, who was my team to win the cup in my bracket. So sucks for me. We'll take a look at my completely shattered bracket in just a moment. Okay, so first of all, my bracket here. So all three of the matchups that I've finished so far, I have missed on. I guess St. Louis, Calgary, and Florida to win the 3 matchups, and all 3 of those teams lost. So right now, Carolina is leading their series since the Rangers 3-2 as of me recording this video. So hopefully I at least get one of them correct, but both my finalists are out and my cup winner is out. So yeah, my bracket is basically done for. What's new, right? And here are the schedules for the 2 series. Obviously, Carolina and New York have not finished their series yet, so Tampa continues to wait. But anyways, third round will start on Tuesday, May 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Edmonton and Colorado. So that means there's a possibility that we won't have a real break in between the 2 rounds, but we'll see. There is no hockey on Sunday. Tomorrow or Saturday, we have Carolina and New York. And then if there's a game 7, that will be on Monday. So we'll see what happens. So let's get to the preview. Colorado and Edmonton. Game 1 is Tuesday, May 31st in Colorado at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, or 5 p.m. Pacific. So that's the timing there. And let's take a look at the teams here. Colorado, 56-19-7 on the year, 119 points. They swept the Predators, and they defeated the Blues in 6 games. They scored 43 goals and allowed 27. Nathan MacKinnon with 13 points. Makar with 13 points. Landeskog 11 points. Rantanen 11 points. And Nazem Kadri, obviously a big story in the Blues series. Nazem Kadri with 10 points. The goaltending, Darcy Kemper, 6-2, 2.44 goals against average, 904 save percentage. Pavel Francouz is the backup. The power play, 34.5%. I believe that is first in the league. And the penalty killing, 73.1%. Improved in the latter half against St. Louis, but it had their struggles. The season series went to Colorado 2-1, but they got outscored by Edmonton 9-8. So the Edmonton Oilers, 49-27-6 on the year, 104 points, defeated the Kings in 7 games and defeated the Flames in 5 games. Battle of Alberta was very exciting. Remember that 9-6 win in Game 1? It was comeback wins, and of course that big controversy in Game 5, the Blake Coleman no goal with the kicking motion. And people are still talking about it, and I have my 2 cents on it. I personally think it's a no goal, but the debate will continue, and Edmonton truly outplayed Calgary, so I think the better team won, so we're not mad here or anything like that. They scored 52 goals and allowed 37. Both McDavid and Draisaitl have 7 goals and 19 assists for 26 points in 12 games. Very impressive. In previous playoff runs, McDavid and Draisaitl, when they don't really get any points, the Oilers lost. They got swept even by the Jets. So, like last year, or I don't remember. Time is irrelevant right now. I forget time. Okay, so Evander Kane have 12 goals in 12 games. He had a hat trick in one of those games. 15 points for him. Zach Hyman, 12 points. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with 11 points. Mike Smith. Honestly, it's been an experience watching Mike Smith. His numbers indicate that he's been playing pretty well. But if you watch the Battle of Alberta, you'll know that he had some tough times. He did. He had that 132-foot goal against. Tough one. And with, of course, the 9-6 game one, where he got pulled in the first period. It's been an experience watching Mike Smith play hockey, and he's been better lately in the last 2 games, I think. He's done better. He does need to stop playing the puck that much and be a little bit more careful. Against Colorado, we'll definitely need to do that. Koskinen is the backup, of course. Power play for Edmonton, 28.2%. Penalty killing, 85.4%. And the season series was 2-1 for Colorado, as I mentioned. So, both of these teams very potent offensively. And it's going to be very interesting watching Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl against Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar. And, of course, Landeskog and Rantanen. So, obviously, we're looking at McDavid and Draisaitl when we're potentially thinking if they'll beat Wayne Gretzky and his playoff record of 47 points. Very possible if Edmonton wins this series and goes on to the finals. So, pretty exciting storyline there. I think the big key storyline in who wins this series is going to be secondary scoring. We know how good MacKinnon, McDavid are as well. Cale Makar and Leon Draisaitl, Evander Kane, Gabriel Landeskog, all these players. We know how talented they are, but secondary scoring might be the deciding factor. Honestly, why has this run for the Edmonton Oilers seemed different than other runs where they got eliminated quicker? It's not just McDavid and Draisaitl that showed up. It's Zach Hyman. It's Evander Kane. It's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It's Evan Bouchard. Cody Ceci. They've showed up as well. They had that depth scoring that in previous years maybe they haven't gotten. And that's usually why they're criticized so much and why Ken Holland is criticized so much. It's the over-reliance on Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. This year has been a little different. For Colorado, obviously we have MacKinnon, Makar, Rantanen, and Landeskog. We also have Nazem Kadri doing very well. Devon Toews doing pretty well. Nichushkin and Lehkonen also chipping in as well. So it's going to be a complete team effort that's going to be needed to really decide who wins the series. Now, this is going to be a very fast offensive series. Goalies might not play that well. Mike Smith obviously needs to step up here and play better. Darcy Kemper as well. Darcy Kemper had a little bit of a shaky last 2 games, but he did play pretty well in game 6 against the Blues. So, not much worry. I think goaltending wise, of course, Mike Smith is just a joy to watch, but we'll see. So obviously, Colorado has been predicted since the beginning of the season to be Stanley Cup favorites, and there's no denying that. I have pretty big feeling that Colorado could easily win the series, even pretty quickly. However, there are some observations I think I've seen is that Edmonton is rolling. Edmonton is playing very well. They've won 4 straight games. Their offense is showing up at fantastic rates. Obviously, I think Darcy Kemper has played much better than Jacob Markstrom, but he could be the next Jacob Markstrom and struggle immensely. I remember Jacob Markstrom had a wonderful series in Dallas, but Kemper has been pretty consistent throughout the playoffs. So if Edmonton can make Darcy Kemper into the next Jacob Markstrom, that could be problematic. I think both teams have struggled defensively. I do think that. I think Colorado played very nervously in the last 2 games against the Blues in Game 5 and Game 6. A lot of stumbling, a lot of turnovers, and Edmonton is great at capitalizing on turnovers. So Colorado needs to play a more cleaner game. I think now that they're past their second round curse, maybe they'll play a little bit more loose. But I gotta think that Colorado is still under that pressure because anything short of, in my opinion, the Stanley Cup final appearance could be a bit of a disappointment for Avs fans. So I think the Oilers could take advantage of the nervousness in Colorado's team, potentially. And with McDavid and Draisaitl clicking at a historic rate, potentially, this is going to be another shocking prediction for me. I know my history of predictions has not been the greatest. So far, I am 7 out of 11, but of course, I'm over 3 so far in round 2. So don't take my word for it. But my prediction is Edmonton in 7 games. I think it's going to be a war, maybe a battle of attrition with all the goal scoring. I think the defense will need to try to play a little bit better, play a little bit of a more of a tight checking game. If Edmonton can stop Colorado's offense, which obviously I don't think is as potent as Edmonton's offense, it could be a very fun series. I think this is potentially another Battle of Alberta, in like another quote unquote Battle of Alberta in terms of scoring. I think there could be just as many goals. But I think Colorado plays a more structured game than Calgary. So, well, actually, that's pretty shocking to say, considering Calgary they tried to play a structured game, and Edmonton broke them out of that. I think Edmonton, if they can break Colorado out of their structure, Edmonton could be able to win this. I have a little bit of faith in Edmonton. Is it misplaced faith? I don't know, but we'll see, won't we? All right. This is going to be a very fun series to watch. Let me know who you think is going to win this series in the comment section below. I know a lot of you people will be saying Colorado is going to win and clown on me. That's absolutely fine. I'm prepared for it. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun. So Carolina and New York Rangers, of course, coming up soon. We'll do the next preview between whoever wins the Carolina and New York series against Tampa Bay as soon as that series is over. So stay tuned for that preview, probably on Monday, I would think. We'll see you then. So again, thanks for watching this preview, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend.